if you're really good at, say, sales, and it's a commission-only role, and you absolutely smash it, then it's no longer a risk because you're going to make more money. It's going to make you hungry. It's going to make you have to work harder to get better at that skill so you can make more money. I went at 19 from making nothing in 8 hours to making £3,000 in an hour. You can travel the world and you can sell online and sell high ticket deals and you get your time and location freedom. Welcome back to episode 5 of the Sales with Callum podcast. Today's episode, we're going to be diving into the truth about commission and why most people fear it. Yet, when you master commission sales, it can set you free. So let's dive into this. So why do most people fear the commission? Well, the majority of society, they have this mindset that if you're on a commission, it's too risky. You know, you want to get a real job, go and have a 9 to 5, have a salary. Yet it's very polarizing because people that are very successful in commission-only sales or their own business will tell you that it's actually more riskier, like staying on a salary and doing something you don't want to do. Whereas the majority say it's too risky to actually get a commission. So let's sort of dive into the fears and why this is happening and how this may be actually holding you back. So if you think about it like this, the commission-only sell, the reason why a lot of people think it's risky is because a lot of people think that you're not going to be able to make good money, right? So it's too risky. Because if you're really good at, say, sales, and it's a commission-only role, and you absolutely smash it, then it's no longer a risk because you're going to make more money. So the only risk is the skill that you have. So if you're new to sales, yes, it is a little bit of a risk. However, because of the fact that it's commission-only, because of the fact that that skill is something you're new to, it's going to make you hungry. It's going to make you have to work harder to get better at that skill so you can make more money. I realized at a very young age, when I first started sales at 19, I was like, wow, the better I got at this skill, the more money I'm going to make. Because I can vividly remember my first day in commission-only sales. I went out and worked for 8 hours and I made nothing. So yes, that was risky. However, I've had an hour before where I made £3,000 in commissions in just 1 hour. So I went at 19 from making nothing in 8 hours to making £3,000 in an hour. Imagine you're on a salary or an income where you had the potential to earn £3,000 in an hour, right? It's crazy. But it isn't because of the hourly rate. It's because of over the years, over the 8 years that I've been in sales, I've got better and better at sales, which means that I'm able to utilize my time better, which means I'm able to sell higher packages, which means I'm able to sell more higher ticket products and services. Because on average, you make between, say, 10 to 15% commission on every single sale that you make. So if you can smash high ticket sales and you get to a point where you're closing a 10, 20, £30,000 investment, you're going to make £10,000. You're going to make 10% of that commission. You know, I closed a £25,000 deal in an hour, which led me on to earning £2,950 commission, right? So this is the thing. High ticket sales isn't risky. The risky part is if you're not good at sales. Because if you're not good at sales, yes, it's going to be risky, but that's the fun of it. You know, if you're someone that has big goals, if you're someone that wants to travel the world, if you're someone that wants to make a lot of money, then the risky thing is staying in your salary, is staying in that comfort. Because the other side of your comfort, that's where the magic happens. The other side of your comfort, that's where the fun is. That's where the money is. That's where the skill gap is. So I believe that the reason why people think that a commission is risky is because we've been programmed at a very young age to play it safe. You know, go to school, get your GCSEs, go to A levels, get your university degree if you're smart enough, if you're good enough, and then go and get a job, go and work for somewhere else, work your way up. But we're living in a world now where redundancies are on the rise consistently, especially with the rapid advancements of AI. Like, more jobs are getting taken over by AI every single day. So there's never been a better time to go all in with learning one of the most high valued skill, which is sales. Because even though AI is enhancing sales, and yes, some people think it's going to take over sales, I personally don't agree with that, because let me ask you a question. Have you ever gone online to try and sort out one of your products or services, and you know that you're talking to a robot, and it's so frustrating? You're like, I just want to speak to a human. That's all I want to do. And that's the reason why I believe that learning the skill of sales is one of the best fundamental skills you can learn, because business and sales, it will never AI and technology will never outdo human-to-human connection, because that's all sales really is. It's building human-to-human connections with people, creating amazing relationships, giving an amazing service or product, and finding out if your prospect, where they are now, like what pains are they going through, what challenges are they going through, what are their goals, what are their desires, like where do they want to go to. So this is their pains and challenges. This is where they are now. That's probably keeping them up at night, which is the reason why they'll, hop on a call and hop on a sales call. And you've got to find out where they want to go. What are their desires? What are their dreams? What are their goals? What are their aspirations? If you then believe that you have a product or service that can bridge that gap, like myself and Jordan with Sales Growth Club, I'm training remote closers. Jordan's training remote appointment setters so that you can create freedom, you can travel the world, and you can sell online and sell high ticket deals, and you get your time and location freedom. Just like how I helped Callum go from working full-time in the hospitality to becoming a full-time closer and managing a sales team of 10, just like how I helped Leif, who was already in sales. I gave him some codes. I increased his confidence. I increased his energy. And within a week, he tripled his closing rate. He went from selling over £7,000 to over £25,000 after just 1 week of training. Because I have so much conviction and passion in what myself and Jordan at Sales Growth Club, how we can transform guys that are in sales or looking to get into sales lives, because I have that conviction, sales is easy because all I'm doing is helping people. And if I know I can help someone, of course I'm going to offer and present to them how I can do that. And it's the same for you. Whatever sales role that you're in, if you are so confident and you've got so much conviction that you know you can change your life, let me tell you this. Being on a commission-only role is not risky, okay? The only thing that is risky is living a life that doesn't excite you. Is living a life of not reaching to your full potential. Is living your life, not living your purpose. That's what's risky. I'm confident you've absolutely loved this podcast episode. I want to get connected with you if we're not already. Feel free to give me a follow on Instagram. Send me a DM, 888, which means abundance in angel numbers. And I'll know that you've been connected through the podcast, because I want to get to know every single one of you and help you on your journey. And, see where you are right now, get stuck in with you. And if you send me 888, I've actually got a private story as well on my Instagram, very chilled. I share like daily, weekly stories, sales and mindset stories to just help you on your journey of becoming a high performing remote sales rep, whether that's as an appointment setter or as a closer. And me and Jordan have a philosophy that you want to master both. Because if you master both appointment setting and closing, if in the future, you want your own business, by having them skills is going to make life a lot easier. But other than that, I'm excited to see you on the next podcast episode. So feel free to give us a subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the episodes. They come out every single week. Other than that, have an amazing day. Hasta luego, and I'll be seeing you on the next one.